there are still questions, Chris, about this virtual draft. We talked about it yesterday, and another thing that emerged on Wednesday from ESPN, the concern that you've got all of these IT workers who are scurrying around to get the homes ready of coaches, general managers, owners, etc., so that the draft can go off without a hitch. Well, there are people who are in their homes who don't necessarily want the IT guy or the IT gal showing up in their homes and maybe entering with the coronavirus. And the IT workers don't necessarily want to go into a home that may be rife with the coronavirus because of that very real dynamic with this virus that people can be walking around with it with no symptoms at all. So that's a concern. That means they got to find a way to figure this out in a manner that properly addresses those concerns, because those are legitimate concerns by the human beings who are involved in this process.
Yeah, you're right. Big time concerns. Mike, I got two friends in the coaching world that I've been like FaceTiming with and stuff. And I can tell you that them and their family and their wives, and, the wife is the real head coach of most NFL coaches' families, because she's the one that's got to be there and, run the house while the coach is coaching the football team. They're taking this COVID-19 pandemic serious lockdown. Like, they put me on the grill at times, like, hey, Chris, are you being good? Or how serious are you guys being with the lockdown? They want to check in on us. So I get it. Like, I don't know if I would feel comfortable about a guy that I know. Yes, hey, NBC technician. They talked about it coming here at first to hook up something to make better for the show. I wasn't thrilled about that when they first said that. I was like, what? I don't know if I want anybody in my house. So they got to figure that out. That is a very real component, and I would be concerned if I'm an IT guy or a coach's family. That's a tough one.
Yeah, see, on one hand, the NFL doesn't want technological issues to be an excuse for teams failing to get their picks in on time. And on the other hand, the NFL is moving heaven and earth, or at least trying to, before the draft to ensure that there won't be any technical problems. And there is a balance there. And there are going to be certain things that they just aren't going to be able to do because you ultimately have to – look, the stay-at-home orders that are preventing people from going to the team's facilities in most of the states where the NFL does business, those same stay-at-home orders, if you read them and apply them the way that they're written, they prevent an IT person from leaving their own house and coming to your house. It's one thing to go to a team's facility to do necessary work there, but entering someone's house and having someone in your house, these are part of the reasons why these stay-at-home orders are in place.
Yeah, no, you're right. And, Mike, the other thing, too, they're getting a trial run in this stuff right now as we speak. All these coaches and teams are having Zoom group staff meetings where they're talking about the draft and they're going through it. And the coach is sitting at home, with his video board, and he's watching film with coaches while they're on Zoom paying attention. So they've got a little head start here as far as, how to run this. And I think at the very least, or at the very base level, if we can't decide on the IT guys going into anybody's house, that should work. And then when it comes time to the pick, Mike, is it against the law? Can we just dial a number on a hard line and say, hey, Roger, hello, ring, ring, ring? And then we don't have to worry about too much technology on that standpoint, or from that standpoint. So, I think there's a lot in place as is right now.
One of the points that was made recently on NFL Network, and this is a dynamic that is in place for every draft, an open conference call with all teams and the league office that never hangs up, that is your ultimate fail-safe. If the technology doesn't work, you get on the line and say, the New England Patriots take so-and-so with the pick that's currently on the clock. So They have plenty of redundancies built into the system. They have plenty of fallbacks in place, but there are some practical impediments to getting everything to where it needs to be, and one of those is this concern about the IT workers being in people's homes.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.